University of Nairobi, and particularly for the orientation of our incoming student to Wangari Maathai Institute. And it's important that note that it's an issue that only at the moment deals with master's and PhD students at postgraduate level. And we are very happy to receive you today to start your academic life with the Wangari Maathai Institute. And particularly very important to start a journey that actually you must have read about it, and maybe could be the reason why you joined us, but it'd be important to hear from you what you're doing, what your expectations, and maybe what brought you here in a very short introduction. And then you also get to know the faculty members, and at the same time, we also take you through a fairly short program that will give you an idea about how we have arranged for your training for the next 2 and 3 years. So we'll start with some introduction, and then after that we'll handle some administrative issues, and after that we'll look at in terms of specific master's PhD program coordination, and after that we'll go through the process of several issues that you go through before you start your learning program in terms of online training, which has been occasioned by this COVID-19. And then we should be done by Professor Mudhama, who is Deputy Director. And then after that, we'll have the Director's address and photo banks and a closing prayer. This is a two-hour program, but hopefully we can actually be able to do shorter than that. The director is a little bit challenged in terms of power, but Professor Mungai, I'm sure you put to the very end. So without taking too much time, because I'm sure you have a discussion with our administrator, with the admission office, and we'll also be having a discussion in the course of the year, I would like to start with the introduction and recognize the presence of Professor Mungai, David Mungai, with the Wangari Maathai Director Institute. Thank you, Mungai, for waving. And also present is Professor Mudhama. Professor Mudhama. And maybe you could actually tell them about your background so that as we go along, the student could also be familiar with your specialty.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Thenya. And I take this opportunity to warmly welcome us. And basically, my background is in the physical environmental sciences, specifically dealing with climate and air quality. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I also see other faculty members. I think I saw Professor Boro. Is Professor Boro still with us, or he has left? Good, thank you. I think we can proceed. We're introducing and counting. Then we have Dr. Besse Katabi. Katabi, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Besse Katabi. My specialty is on biodiversity and environmental governance. Welcome.
Thank you. Then we have Cohen, in no particular order.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cohen Angu. I have a background in environmental meteorology and also in renewable and clean energy. Thank you.
Thank you. Cohen, I can see Professor Boro, please. Professor Boro, are you able to
hello,
hear
Chair.
us? Thank
Yeah,
you.
you can hear me, Chair?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thanks. My name is John Boro from the Department of Agricultural Economics. However, I'm supporting the Institute with teaching in environmental and natural resource economics. That's my main background. So I'm an economist and specializing in environmental economics. And I work on all sorts of environmental issues, climate change, biodiversity, renewable energy, conservation issues, management, and so on. So I'm really spread. So because economics is like that, we apply economic concepts in all environmental issues. Thank you. So we look forward to meet the new students and to interact with them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That fits very much within the diversity of WMI. Then we have Lillian Kongangi.
Lillian, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining the WMI family. You're most welcome, and we look forward to interacting with you. My background is environmental studies, and also I'm an M.Sc program coordinator.
Thank you. Then we have Linda. Linda, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Linda Obiero, a graduate assistant to Wangari Maathai Institute. I have an undergraduate degree in environmental management, master's degree in project management, and I'm currently pursuing my Ph.D. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Then we have Phyllis Wamaida. Phyllis? Phyllis, can you hear us? Okay, as we wait, then we can go to Abdi.
Good afternoon. My name is Abdi Majid. My name is Abdi Majid.
Good afternoon, Aisa Maisa. I'm a graduate assistant at W.
Yes. Go ahead, Phyllis.
Go ahead, Phyllis. I'll follow you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. My name is Phyllis Wamaisa, and I'm a graduate assistant at WMI, and my background is in law and environmental governance. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Abdi Majid Nuno. My specialty is environmental management and climate change. Welcome to WMI family. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have other faculty members maybe could be engaged in another duties because this is a busy orientation week, and you'll get to know them in the course of this orientation. We have Dr. Kiermo from the sociology department. We have Dr. Moigwa from Canada. We have Dr. from the School of Law, and the University Management. We very quickly like to go to the student category, and maybe if the other faculty members join us, then we can introduce them. And because I don't have the advantage to know who is in PhD and who is in masters, I'll call them in no particular order. I think that will actually, looking at what I can see on the list here, we have Alex, and I'd like to know who are you in terms of your name, that your identity, your background in terms of training. Is it sociology? Is it BCom? Is it natural resources? And if you're working, what is it that you're actually doing for national building, very quickly? Let's start with Alex.
My name is Alex Koye. I studied Bachelor of Education Arts. Coming to study environmental governance. Yes, thank you.
And why did you choose WMI? Maybe we could listen why, maybe what you expect from us.
Yeah, I expect to interact with the people who teach in the school, and expect to get a lot of knowledge after, because I studied the same university and I got a lot from it. I'm currently working in an NGO called SafeMA in Narok County.
Thank you, Alex. Then we have base math.
Good afternoon.
Your voice, please increase your voice a little bit.
Good afternoon. I am
Yes, afternoon.
Can you hear me?
It's still a little bit too low.
I am Besmat Pereroan.
Yes.
I was previously at Nairobi University undertaking industrial chemistry, Bachelor of Science. And now I'm going to proceed with a Master's in Environmental Governance. And I'm happy to join WMI.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it'd be important as you introduce yourself to know what your expectations are as you join the program. Then we've got Brian Goge.
Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you quite clear.
My name is Brian Goge Moshama. I come from Embu County. I'm currently in Rumuruti, Laikipia County. I'm a graduate of the University of Nairobi, 2019. I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science, Public Administration, and Armed Conflict and Peace Studies, double major. My expectations are, my affinity to the Wangari Maathai Institute is informed by the aspect of peace studies. I'm cognizant that our environment needs to breed peace amongst all people to avoid wars or conflicts that are environmental based. Thank you.
Thank you. Then next we have Caleb Wafula, followed by Catherine Dida. Caleb Wafula.
Good afternoon. My name is.
Is it PhD or Masters?
This is Caleb Wafula for a PhD program in environmental governance. I have a background in environmental studies, community development, then my master's in peace and conflict management. And with that, I hope to join WMI to further nourish my knowledge and skills within the intersectionality of environment, especially with an eye on climate change and conflict. And that's why the main reason of my choosing WMI, to leverage on their expertise in those areas. Previously, I've served as a research awardee with the International Development Research Center, IDRC. Thank you.
Thank you, Wafula. And then Catherine Dida. Unmute yourself, Catherine, you're muted. Just click on the microphone, it's going to unmute. Catherine, we can't hear you. You're still muted. Click on the microphone. Catherine, you're still muted. Click on the microphone, the lens coloring will change. Catherine?
I'm sorry.
Yes, it's okay now. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Catherine Dinda. I did not master's but degree in leather science and technology from Apakabete campus, and I've enrolled for a master's in finance. My expectations are to increase my knowledge about the environment and maybe give back to the community about what the environment is all about. Thank you.
Step 3.
Dr. Denya, if you are talking, you are muted.
Gilbert Mutai, please go ahead. Mutai, go ahead. Gilbert Mutai. Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself. You had unmuted yourself before. Thank you.
Okay, can you now get me clearly?
Yes, quite clear now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gilbert Mutai. I did B.Ed Science, so I'm a teacher of physics and mathematics. I also did M.Sc Environmental Education, and now I wish to join WMI to pursue doctorate in environmental governance and management. I wish to meet you guys. From what I have seen, you have a lot of experience. You have done a lot in the field. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilbert. Nyagarisa now, but mute, please. Mutai, mute your mic. Mutai, please try to mute your mic. Thank you very much. And then we have got Madan Madary.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Afternoon to you.
My name is Madary, and I'm pleased to be here. My background is in exploration geology with a major in petroleum geoscience from the University of Nairobi. And I'm here to join WMI Master in Environmental Governance. And my expectation is to learn the efficient management of natural resources and how we can use our God-given natural resources to develop our own people and develop our own community. Thank you.
Thank you, Madary. Then we have, I can only see PM. Whoever is registered as PM, please introduce yourself and tell us Masters or PhD.
Hello, my name is Paula Musura. That is me, PM. I'll kindly change that name. I'm currently pursuing Masters in Environmental Governance at Wangari Maathai Institute. I'm interested in the environmental aspect of how cities and urban planners can develop and oversee other projects in regards to the environment. And yes, that is all for me for now.
Thank you, PM. Thank you very much. Then we have got Chef Khalil. Chef Khalil, please introduce yourself and mute.
Thank you very much and good afternoon. My name is Vicky Betty Chepkorir. I'm joining in as a PhD student. My background is environmental science, first degree, and then a master's in environment and agricultural sciences, and another master's in environment and community development. Currently, I work for the government of Kenya in Kenya Water Towers Agency. And my area of work currently is the interface between natural resources and community development. So I'll be looking forward to learn more, especially in that interface of sustainable utilization of natural resources from the Wangari Maathai Institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Becky. Then we got Nyagarisa. I know whether Divina. Divina Nyagariza.
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Divina Nyangarisa. I did Bachelor of Science in Range Management, and I'll be pursuing Masters in Environmental Governance, and I hope to learn more with you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Then I can see my old friend Makanu. Please introduce yourself. Rudolph Makanu, please.
Yes, how are you? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
My name is Rudolph Makanu. My interest is in environmental governance and management. Looking forward to being with you. My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I can see a quite diversity of disciplines and areas of working, and that's exactly what WMI is all about, the interdisciplinary program. Before we move to the next stage, I want to introduce Dr. Karatu Kiemo. Kiemo, you can wait for us. People want to.
Yeah, I am waving. I hope you can hear my voice and see my face. Never mind about my face.
Okay, we can't see your face, but you can hear your voice. Yes.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Dr. Thenya, and good afternoon, everyone in the meeting. My apologies, I came in late for some reasons. I've been introduced, my name is Dr. Karato Kiemo. I am ordinarily based at the Department of Sociology and Social Work at the University of Nairobi, but I do come to Wangari Maathai to provide lectures in sociological courses that might include sociocultural dynamics, transformational leadership, communication, community mobilization, etc. So for the students, I look forward to more interacting with you. And for the colleagues, we keep on. Thank you very much, Dr. Denya.
Thank you, Dr. Kiemo. Then lastly, we have Nasa Otieno. Introduce yourself. Makan, please mute your mic. Nasa Otieno, unmute your mic and introduce yourself. Nasa Otieno, click on the mic. It's going to unmute. We can't hear you. You're talking when it's muted. Otieno. Otieno, click on the mic. Click on the mic or Nancy, you can try to unmute him. Otieno, we can't hear you. Nancy, you can unmute him. Just click on the mic, Otieno. It's going to unmute. This is the change, the new normal with COVID.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You can hear you now. Let's know what
this is
your name and your course you're taking, master's or PhD, yes.
I'm Nasa Otieno. I'm taking a course in environmental governance and management, PhD level. Yes.
Thank you. What are your expectations and what brought you in?
Sorry for coming in, Len. I've just joined. So
I say, what are your expectations?
Sorry?
What are your expectations?
Oh, my expectations. No, what I expect from the University of Nairobi, of course, we understand that is a university of high class, and we expect more of research work to develop the skills that are necessary for our work.
Thank you. And let's not get intimidated by this new norm of technology. We all have to struggle with it, and we keep on struggling how to get it going the best way we can. So it's quite normal. It's a new learning platform. At this particular time, I'd like to invite our administrator, Nancy, to briefly highlight, especially to the student, about communication and data bundles. Nancy, you ready? Yes, Nancy, go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I came later and issues to do with connectivity. And I want to join hands with the members of staff who have welcomed all of you to feel welcome at WMI. My name is Nancy Ireri, as you've been told by our moderator of the day, Dr. Denya. And I wish to go straight away to one or two things that I wish to clarify to all of us as we work on this journey in WMI for the next 2 years and others for the next 3 years. One is on communication. In case you have any query or you need any clarification, please always remember to go to wmihelp@unbi.ac.ke. And in case you don't go to that one, you can also go to wmi@uonbi.ac.ke. And in case you may wish to make a call, please call us on 020 491 6011. Number two, I wish to bring to your attention the important dates for you. I want to imagine today you have already had your important date with our Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs. So tomorrow, kindly remember to join in a meeting at between 2 to 2:30 for the address by the Director Graduate School. On Wednesday at 9 a.m., kindly remember to join for our Principal College of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences address. On Thursday 3rd, between 9 and 10, kindly remember to join in for our Vice Chancellor's address. On Friday, kindly remember to join in a meeting at 9 on orientation about how to access our library services online. Then from next week on Monday to 18th, kindly we are going to have our training, our online training on the tools that we are going to use on learning. Please keep to that. Number 3, I would like to go to the registration, or what we are calling online admission. As at noon today, I unchecked how many students have been fully able to upload their documents. And as at today at noon, there were only 3. And out of those 3, one had uploaded 90%, the other one had uploaded 80%, and the other one had not uploaded any document at all. And the beginning point for you to be able to download your documents is you pay the school fees. It has been allowed to you that with paying a minimum of 30,000, you'll be able to upload your documents comfortably. Therefore, kindly, those ones who have not attempted, kindly attempt so that you're able to get your registration numbers. And when you get your registration number, you'll go to SMIS portal. And from that portal, you're going to use the username as your registration number and the application reference number as your password. And from there, you'll be able to get a link which will help you to get the documents that are required for you to upload. And some of those documents include a recent color passport size photo. Number 2 is a downloaded application form which you use for admission. I've realized a few of you are asking me, where do I get that one? And I did it online. It is already provided for in that link, so you'll be able to get it. Then another document to upload is also your letter of admission. Another document to upload is the certified copy of your KCSE certificate or an equivalent. Another document is certified undergraduate certificate and transcripts. I've realized that in that area for transcript, when you decide to scan one transcript at a time, it is only one transcript that will be picked. And therefore, I encourage you to scan the transcripts for undergraduate, the 4 of them to be one single document, and then your undergraduate certificate alone. And same case applies to the master's transcripts for those of us who are doing the PhD. Then you also require to upload a filled and signed registration form, a filled and signed admission form. All these forms are in that particular link that I am telling you. And then you're also supposed to fill in a duly executed bond. And finally, from those documents that are required, kindly you are required to attach a payment, a fee receipt on the payments that you have made, whether via M.Pesa or via the bank. Then something else I would like to talk about too quickly is on fee payment. As I've told you that with as low as 30,000, you're able to get your admission number and you're able to upload all those documents that are required. Please, I just wish to inform you that After you join the SMIS portal and you are through with all the learning, the training on the tools that you are to use, you will be required to register for courses. And for you to register for courses, you must have cleared your school fees. I had an inquiry this morning on whether someone can pay the school fees on installment. Kindly, in case you have that issue and you want to pay your fee on installment, don't worry, just communicate liaise with our office, the office of the director, and you'll be assisted accordingly. The other thing is on data bundles. You realize that because of the online classes, one or two may be asking himself or ourselves, are we going to be provided for with the data bundles? Yes, you'll be provided with data bundles on condition you'll have fully filled all your documents that are required. You'll have uploaded all of them, and then we register you as a student at UNBI. Initially, we used to have a case whereby the students were to clear the fee first. But I've talked with the ICT this morning, and she told me that it's okay for now. We are going to provide the data bundles to our students as long as you have joined us. And for you to join us means that you upload all your documents, we go through them, and then we are going to get an SMS that tells you that you have successfully been registered. From there on, you just get your data bundles. The other thing is when you go to SMIS portal, there are several details that you're supposed to fill in about yourself. And I was checking the case of the 3 students whom I trained to check their documents, and the part that they are leaving is that one for your contacts. Contacts are very important. The phone number. There's a primary contact and the secondary contact. Kindly remember to give us your contact so that in case of anything, you can comfortably be found. Then the other thing is on biometric registration. Basically, during the old normal, now that we are in our new normal, we used to have you physically for us to be able to take your fingerprints and all that. But with all the documents that we have requested you to upload, as that now we are going to go so that when we go back to our normal after the situation that we are in normalizes, we hope to get you and we get the fingerprints. Otherwise, as at now, I wish to stop at that. I wish to tell you welcome and feel at home. I look forward to working together with all of you. Thank you.
Nancy, I think that's very useful information, and I can already see text for students who want to say maybe they want to see how they can be able to get that information. So it might be useful if you're able to post your number on the chat and the email so that those who don't have the information, they can be able to get in touch with you and they can see how you can be able to get the information to them.
Thank you, Secretary, I will.
Yes, please post it so that those who don't have could be able to get the information, because orientation is very useful. Now, you allow me to modify the program a little bit. I had mentioned that there are some people who have challenges of power, and our director, Professor David Mungai, has that problem. And it would be very sad for us to go without hearing something from our team leader. So at this particular time, we'll push Professor Mudama and myself later. So Professor Mungai, please welcome to address the congregation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thenya. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to start by introducing myself, my background, and what I do other than administration. I'm a trained agricultural climatologist quite some years back, but I have diversified my interest into the field of environmental studies, and particularly issues to do with environmental governance in its broadest definition. to make my remarks, I would like to share a few slides with you. I'll be pretty fast, Dr. Denya. I want to introduce to you Wangari Maathai Institute and what it is that we do. Is it visible, Dr. Denya? Dr. Denya? Is it visible?
I can see it on my end.
Oh, wonderful. I hope everybody else can see it. Now, let me begin with the second slide rather than the first one, which is to welcome you to this beautiful green campus called Wangari Maathai Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies. We are only at this new site for the last 1 year. We used to be domiciled in the Faculty of Vet Medicine near the principal's office, but now we have our own campus sitting on 50 acres of land. What you see is phase 1 of the institute. There'll be phase 2, which will contain things like hostels, modern library, and a place for, indoor games and so on and so forth. So I extend a very special welcome to all of you to Wangari Maathai Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies. This is the outline of my few slides, a warm welcome which I've done. Then I want to go, after that I'll talk about when the Institute was established, our academic programs, our staff, although some of them have introduced myself this afternoon. And then I'll talk about some of our outreach programs and partnerships. Now, the Institute was established in 2009 as a center of excellence in environmental governance and its linkages with peace and democracy. I said a few seconds ago that we are domiciled at the College of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences. And that's not a surprise. The late Professor Wangari was a professor in vet anatomy. And the first director of the Institute, who is now the current Vice Chancellor, is also a veterinarian from the same department in Chiromo under the Faculty of Vet Medicine. So the Institute was established in close collaboration with the 2004 Nobel Peace Prize laureate, the late Professor Wangari Maathai. And from listening to you talking this afternoon, I see or I sense a lot of influence, from her work and from her personality, which actually gave birth to the Institute. The late professor was the first Wangari Maathai Institute Distinguished Chair, a very prestigious position in any organization. And after she passed on, we were able to attract also a very famous Japanese professor, Professor Kazuhiko Takeuchi, and who is now, amongst many other titles, is president of the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, which is based in Japan. Our vision, and I hope this, I think this resonates with what I heard from a good number of you this afternoon, is excellence in experiential learning, transformational community outreach. Yes, somebody talked about working with the water towers and very interested in working with the community. So transformational community outreach and research for sustainable environments and cultures of peace. I also had two people who have an interest on this area of peace. Our mission is, and this is very important because we would like you, when you finish your program, to feel and to act differently. Different from before the Institute was formed, different from what many universities and many faculties were producing. So our mission is to cultivate positive ethics, values, and practices towards the environment by training stewards who foster peace, who promote holistic sustainable development and link theory with the practice. We are a very unique institute, not just in Kenya, but globally. I think probably there's only one similar or close to what we are globally. So we are very unique, and our uniqueness comes precisely from what I've read for you. And given that, the issue of sustainable development, the issue of proper management of resources, the issue of equity, the issue of democracy, these were very close to the late Professor Wangari Maathai, and the Institute is really founded to further that. We have a service charter, and I've given, if members, if you want these few slides, they can be sent to you, because then you can, if you go to our website, you'll be able to see our service charter is long. There are several commitments. There are expectations we have on you and all other stakeholders, much as that you too will have expectations on us. They are all there in the service charter, but I thought, let me give you the core values, because this is very important. One of our core values is respect for and conservation of the environment. We do it in practice, not just through book work. And there are many ways that we bring ourselves to the environment and to the people. We do that through what we call experiential learning. And we do organize monthly experiential learning trips. It can be in the classroom, it can be on WMI campus, it can be out there with the communities. The second core value is good governance and integrity. If we are an institute of governance, you know, we look at our name, Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies. Look at the core values, the ideas that the late Professor Wangari Maathai, you know, gave us. We have no choice but to practice what we teach: good governance and integrity. The third core value is respect for diversity. Dr. Thenya mentioned diversity of people, Kenyan communities, perhaps the African communities, perhaps the global communities, diversity of disciplines. It is our core value that we respect the diversity that we have, both within the institute, within the university, but also in Kenya as well. The other core value is professionalism. Whatever we do, it is professional. It's very important to the institute. When we go out there, what we do, what we talk, what we give to the communities, we do it with a high degree of professionalism. And that also applies to the way we treat our stakeholders here at the institute. It has to have a high degree of professionalism. Another important core value is merit and excellence. Okay, we recognize merit, we recognize and celebrate excellence in all of us as a family in Wangari Maathai Institute. We can also recognize people outside the university system if they are doing work that is transforming our landscapes, they are doing work that is transforming communities, because that's really why we exist. The other core value is transparency and accountability. Don't feel shy. If you feel we are not transparent, let us sit over the table. If you feel we are not accountable to you and to other stakeholders, our doors are open for discussion. And finally, we have the value of innovativeness and creativity. I bring these ones out, then you later be able to look at the commitments we make in the service charter. But I thought these core values are very important as a way of introducing you to the institutes. Now, with respect to academic programs, we have basically 2 postgraduate programs, which we offer by coursework and either project or thesis. Majority of people have done it through coursework and thesis, not through the project. So we have the M.Sc in environmental governance, and this is being coordinated by Madam Lydian Kongani. And then we have the a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Environmental Governance and Management, which is coordinated by Dr. Lenya. The two coordinators, they are coordinating two different programs, but there is a lot of synergy and working together, particularly when it comes to planning and executing the field or in-house experiential activities. Now, so far, the cumulative number of students we have had, the first program started in 2012 with 2 PhDs. We didn't have masters at that time. We started admitting masters in 2013, but cumulatively we have 135 students who have been registered with the Institute. Of course, a good number of these have graduated. And of this cumulative total, the number of M.Scs is 58, and the number of PhDs is 77. So those who are joining the M.Sc group, I would make an appeal to you. Well, even those in the PhD group, if you can attract, if you can inform, listening to us this week, and even before the end of the week, if you can talk to your friends who you think may want to do an M.Sc or a PhD, if they can join us as quickly as possible. The graph, I don't know whether it is on your right or your left, you can see the time, it's a time series of admissions from 2012, 2013 up to the just ended academic year, 2019-2020. In a way, we are growing, as you can see from that graph, and we feel very happy. This makes us know that people cannot come to an institute or a faculty if they won't get value for their money. So this is very, very encouraging. And you will be our ambassadors. Actually, from today, henceforth, you are our ambassadors. So because you are now, you're going to be part of us, and I'm sure you would like us to grow, even greater than what you see there. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to see by the end of the week. Then I can have the bar for 2020, 2021. And while at this, let me mention that we normally get 3 scholarships from the graduate school for University of Nairobi students for the year 2019. We have received 2 applications. I'm asking those who may be interested and they meet those criteria to also apply in case we get 3 scholarships. I'm not sure. If we get 1, then people have to compete for that. If we get more than 3 applications, again, people have to fight for those scholarships. But I encourage those who are at 2019 and they're from the University of Nairobi to apply. We also offer short courses. For instance, we have a popular course on integrated environmental impact assessment and environmental auditing. It's a 3-week course, mainly for practitioners, people who want to, freshen up, people who want to be registered by the National Environment Management Authority as environmental experts. And we are working on other short courses, one of which is a short certificate stroke diploma course on environmental education. The Institute is also running a journal, and Professor Modama is actually the editor-in-chief. It is called Journal of Sustainability, Environment and Peace, JSEP, and it is published monthly by the Institute. So it is one avenue where you could publish your work. Maybe you have it already, or your thesis work. So I thought it is good that, if you go to the website, you'll be able to read more about the journal, what kind of articles are published there, who are the editors, who are the reviewers for this particular journal. We encourage you to go there, and we encourage you to make other people know about it, because I heard you are all coming from different organizations and from different disciplinary backgrounds. And so it would also be nice to let people know that this journal, which is international and is peer-reviewed, is available at the Wangari Maathai Institute. Our staff. Now, as I said, we have introduced ourselves, but by way of introducing the institute and the staff, we are kind of a virtual institute. And the reason why we are like that is because the sustainability challenges that are facing human and the natural world are multifaceted. No single person, no single discipline can try to solve those problems. And therefore, multidisciplinary approaches for training as well as research are needed. And because of that, I said we are a virtual campus. In other words, we are having expertise from the best people around in the University of Nairobi. We have, for instance, expertise from the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies. I originally came from that department. Dr. Denya is from that department. And we have two other staff in that department who are supervising our postgraduate students. You heard Dr. Karato Kiemo. He's from the Department of Sociology and Social Work. You heard Dr. Denya talk about the CASLAP, the Center for Advanced Studies in Environmental Law and Policy, CASLAP. So we have two colleagues there who are teaching and supervising here, environmental law and policy. We have meteorology department. You had Professor Mudama, originally is from the Department of Meteorology. He's a meteorologist. We have also people in geology. I had somebody who did a degree in, mining geology? So when you come to do your project, you can have somebody with a strong governance background of natural resources and an expert from, say, the Department of Geology. We have people, very prominent scholars from the School of Biological Sciences, who have been assisting us in teaching and supervising our students. Animal production and faculty of vet medicine, we also have experts who are teaching. For instance, Dr. Muthe, John Muthe from clinical studies is teaching research methods. We have people like Professor Mutembei who are supervising our students, and he has been teaching also some aspects of our courses. So we are multidisciplinary of necessity, and therefore it's very important, whatever background you come from, it's important you try to mingle, you try to integrate your perspective with those of other scholars, other disciplines, so that we can better address the issues that are facing our country, our region, and the world. So we have very good stuff that I can assure you. Now we have what we call a green campus. I've given you three photos there, and to learn more about the green construction at the Wangari Maathai Institute, I invite you to go to our website. The link is there, and you'll be able to get a document that gives you several green features about the campus. It's a very unique building. Everything that you see here has been consciously designed following the thinking of the late Professor Wangari Maathai. For instance, this one, I don't know whether you see it from your side. On my side, on my screen, it's on the left. Maybe it's on the right on your side. You can see the amount of glass which has gone into the construction of this building. This was deliberate because the glass makes the building behave like a greenhouse. So when it is very cold, and better can be cold at times, it keeps the inner temperatures equable. And equally, when it is very hot, you can see these ducts. Okay, hot air is thrown out so that it doesn't, become too hot. You can see in the middle the three-legged African stool. You will get an explanation of this. And then these are indigenous trees. We have planted a lot of trees on campus. Of course, you will not come to the campus at the moment because of the COVID-19, but I'm sure you will be here. And we have very nice classrooms in this building. We have very nice environment for learning, for relaxation, and so on and so forth. So kindly go to our website and you'll be able to see this document, the experiential learning guide at Wangari Maathai Institute. Now, there are policies and regulations. Our senior admin mentioned some of them. And for you to get to know the current regulation policies and forms that you may need, you can access them through the graduate school website, which I've given there. You find, for instance, a checklist of documents that you need to upload during the virtual reporting and registration, which is now. You also find guidelines for registration at graduate school and acquiring an ID. Of course, Nancy already took you through this, but should you want more, that is the, the link to the graduate school. We have had quite a number of partnerships. Some have, there could be more, some have lapsed, but we have active partnerships with, for instance, the University of Copenhagen, who every year around March, end of February, March, they come here with their students, and then our M.Sc class and their teachers come together and go to a certain place. It can be in Embu, it can be in Nyeri, it can be in Kiambu, wherever, where, a cost-effective, distance. And the two groups of students go and live with the families as they do their research. They eat with the families, they go to church with the families. So there's a cultural aspect to it, but giving practical skills of our students by going to the communities to see the challenges they face and try. It is only 12 days, so you can't do very much in 12 days, but we have had very useful research engagement with local communities and have given very good recommendations depending on the issues that we are looking at. So, University of Copenhagen. We also have collaboration with the University of Tokyo, the graduate program in sustainability science, the Global Leadership Initiative is active. We have relations with the United Nations University, also in Tokyo. We have active relations with the University of Lund in Sweden through the Earth System Governance Project, and the Institute is a member of the Earth System Governance Centers. Okay, there are about 50 or so, we are one of them. Then we have relations with the Institute where our distinguished chair, Professor Kazuhiko Takeuchi, is the president. Again, that is in Japan. With respect to local partnerships and outreach, we conduct activities jointly with the Green Belt Movement. The Green Belt Movement, there is a strong support, as you can imagine, between the Green Belt Movement, which was founded by the late Professor Wangari Maathai in 1977, and Wangari Maathai Institute. We also have good partnerships with NEMA, with Kenya Forest Research Institute, Environment Institute of Kenya, where if you want to register as an expert in environmental impact assessment, you've got to go, they are the regulator in that particular field. We also have links with some counties, for instance, Kiambu County, Tharaka Nithi County, and we are establishing more. Okay, so I think I have kind of gone through very quickly. I've told you something about the Institute, where we are, who we are, what we do, and who we do it with. So that's it. I want to thank you very much and welcome to Wangari Maathai Institute. We shall do the best to make your stay, your study fruitful, enjoyable, and rewarding. Asanteni sana. Thank you, Dr. Thenya, for giving me that opportunity.
Thank you. I think that was very useful and covers quite a huge part of what we're going to say. So that also makes my work in Legion very easy, and you're very grateful about that. And I hope that the students have a time to explore the website and to learn a little bit more, but it's quite exhaustive. Thank you very much, Professor. It's only that now, if we say McCoffee, you'll not be able to hear us, so appreciate that. We need to figure out how to do that online. Thank you very much.
You can use M-Pesa though.
I'll give them my number, then I can forward. Thank you very much. I think Professor Mungai has alluded to the issue that you not come to campus, that things will be done online, and it's important to mention about some of those things. I can see people dropping on and off. That is normal with online. I know some of you have been having meetings from place of work. So I'd like to invite Professor Mudhama to highlight briefly about those trainings of the online, how do we engage with you for the next 3 months as the semester goes on? And Professor Mudhama will give a highlight of that. Professor Mudhama, please, karibu.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Thenya, for this opportunity. Once more, I'm also delighted to join with my colleagues to warmly welcome all of us to WMI community. For your stay to be fruitful, enjoyable, and memorable, as the director has mentioned, there are several things that I would like to bring to your kind attention. And I'll start with some that are critical. One of them is personal health. We, at the University of Nairobi, we have the University Health Services. And as a registered student, you are entitled to those services. You will be getting more information on Friday. So look out for that information because that is critical. In addition, of course, for us to be complete, we may want sometimes to exercise, social amenities, sports. You'll also get information on Friday because we have sports grounds, we have those facilities that are available to you as a student so that you can make good use of them. Then finally, as Dr. Thenya has mentioned, the online training. Now that we are in this, what has been termed by others previously, new normal, you will be going through several trainings starting from Friday. One of them will be how to access online library resources. We have over 40,000 books and articles that are available online from our University of Nairobi online portal. So please take advantage of this and you'll be able to get a lot of information from our library. But you need now to be conversant on how to get to the portal. This training will happen on Friday. So please make a point of getting to know how to go about it. I need to reiterate the fact that the use of the University of Nairobi email address will really be useful. Some of these services may be limited in the absence of the University of Nairobi email address, but I believe you are going to make the necessary arrangements. Hopefully all of us will be able, before the end of the week, have the email addresses so that you may not lose out, especially where in terms of joining in, this will be required. Then next week, you now get training on how you will be taught online. There are several things. They may be simple, they are straightforward, but it's good when we get to know about them. For example, how to make use of the chats on this platform. If you have any questions, you write, and then you can get responses as you go along. There are several things that you will need to know so that you can effectively and efficiently enjoy your learning process here at the university. So that training will happen next week so that you get to know that there are different platforms. We are using one of them, and you'll be taught of all the other platforms so that in case we would want to change from one platform to another, then you are already conversant with this. It is important for us to follow through the training because if we, for whatever reasons we are not able, you may find that you are limited or you are hindered one way or another because of this kind of limitation. So you'll be able to be taken through. And in case you have any challenge or any questions, as Madam Nancy mentioned, you can get in touch with the director's office for whatever issues that you may want assistance. This will be by email. Of course, we have the help desk that you can make use of so that you can be assisted. So make a point of going through all the training that will be happening next week for you to be able to enter your classroom and learn effectively. At the end of your training, we will be conducting a survey. for you to tell us your opinions about the training. So we will circulate to all of us, and we'll appreciate the moment you get it. Please just fill it immediately, because it will be for your benefit. It will help us to know whether we have achieved what we were expecting to deliver to you, and if your expectations were met or not, so that we can ensure that you have a complete and enjoyable experience. On that note, once more, you are most welcome, and thank you again, Dr. Thenya. Back to you.
Thank you, Professor Mudama. And again, to reiterate that the Deputy Director, those were very quick and very clear points. And I think that becomes the next course of action, especially online learning. And for you to do that, it's very important that you get yourself online resources like Professor Mudama has mentioned. Student email, and I'm sure Nancy will help you with that. And although I'm the PhD coordinator, I can see my colleague Lilian has suffered some challenges with power. Professor Mungai, you are not alone. And she mentioned that she might actually drop off. Myself and Lilian, we serve as a PhD and the Master's Coordinator program. And this is to ensure that as a group, we can be able to discuss some of the things that you might think that you might want to do at the Institute, and you might want to address them. Some of them could be academic, others could also become social, and it's important that when we live here, we live like a community so that we can be able to talk to each other and be able to help our colleagues to be able to move. Very quickly, like when we had online exams in September, some of our colleagues were a little bit afraid how to go about it. And I remember as a PhD coordinator, then we had one-to-one and say, can we try and do the exam together and see whether it can actually go through? Because for many of us, maybe this is the first time that you're being bombarded with these online resources. And out of that close interaction, all of us were actually able to go online. So the coordination is to ensure that when you have questions, academic, social, that you can actually be able to sort them out. They could also include issues about teaching, so that don't say this particular issue doesn't really work well for me. I'm not able to attend a class. We would like to resolve all those issues to make sure that everybody is able to attend the classes 100%. And particularly now with online classes, we expect 100% attendance, because whether you're meeting in Mombasa, you can be able to join us. So for us to be able to do that, you need to form groups, WhatsApp group that you can be able to do quick communication for your cohort. And that will mean that if you have got question, it could be about registration. One of the students could have done all the registration, maybe could assist the other student to do the registration. One of you could have scanned the document, like Nancy says that they don't go through, and then another student could have an experience of success. So the WhatsApp group helps a lot in terms of that coordination. And leader, I hope you can show your face. Leader Bielo, is she there? Leader and Nancy, Leader will help you in terms of forming that particular group, working with Nancy. And so the WhatsApp group should be able to be functional this week, and that will be able to help to get where Professor Mudama talked about online training, because then you'll actually be able to know when is it happening, what are the challenges you're experiencing, how do you overcome them? So the WhatsApp group becomes very important. And Leader has done this for very many years, and he'll be able to tell you the do's and the don'ts. And we have never had challenges with WhatsApp group for the last more than 8 years that we have been existent. They've been very useful and very, very functional. I will not repeat what Professor Mungai said about the different content of the program, so we can discuss that, and I'm available. My contacts are available from the administrator so that in case the PhD program have an issue, then we can always discuss. And Lillian Kongang will also be available for you to be able to guide you in whatever issue that you might think is important. And please don't feel like an issue is too little, because some of the things that might eventually make challenges more strenuous are those things that you know that are very small. So at this particular juncture, I would like to invite Dr. Bessie Kathabi to give a vote of thanks. And I hope that you have taken note of, there's an email that was posted, before I give Professor Mungai a chance, there's an email that was posted by Nancy, inquiries at help desk at WMI. Please take note of this and the email so that you can actually be able to, we don't want anybody to get stuck. Please take note of those emails. They're very important. They'll be replied on good time so that you can actually be able to get assistance. Yes, Professor Mungai, you had something.
I think you could mention something about election of class rep, or I didn't hear.
Yes, I think I was trying to get Leader to do that. And Leader, are you back?
I think you can explain to them what the process and why it is important.
For you to have, because any particular group become cohesive, and I think Professor Dr. Kiemo is very good in terms of sociological perspective. We need to have a leader. All of us cannot talk and present our problem. Although Professor Mungai says, come to my office, it's always very coherent when you have an organized way of channeling your issue. They could be positive. Some of them could be ideas about proposals. So the PhD group will need to meet together. In the normal scenario, you would have a physical meeting, but now in the absence of the physical meeting, then the PhD group will form a meeting. It could be a WhatsApp meeting. So in case you find a PhD WMI WhatsApp group, don't say who put me my name at night and wake up in the morning and find yourself. Most of those we usually kick them out. So if you find WMI PhD group or WMI master's group, please join. And from that particular group, then you'll agree who is going to become the class president. And the class president is a person that you'll be channeling your communication through. It doesn't mean that you cannot come directly to the institute, you cannot come directly to the coordinator or to the deputy director, but you would have to agree who is the president. And leader of BLO is going to be with you and to help you in terms of selecting and how you select those particular, the president. And this should happen. Today is on a Monday, and we hope that would that be okay, Professor Mungai, by Wednesday, Thursday, that we have the president? I think that will be that.
I think that is reasonable. I don't know what, if they have a comment on that. Whether they
Is there a comment from the student fraternity? I think silence might mean we don't have, so I can see Leader is having a challenge with her phone. I think that's why she's not able to.
Yes, I was asking how are we going to provide our WhatsApp numbers?
I'll guess that we can be able to get those from the administrator because we have the information of communication, how you have been communicating with the administrator. And we'll make sure that before the president is elected, all the people who have registered are able to meet together, and probably we'll actually even organize a Google Meet meeting so that everybody can be able to raise their voice. So
Nancy,
it's a partial meeting.
Nancy has left the meeting because of power, so we will need to inform her to share that.
Yes, I'll inform Nancy about that. Yes.
Thank you.
So there'll be another call for a meeting for you to elect your president. And this is very important because the president will continue with you for the rest of 2 or 3 years. Thank you very much. And thank you, Professor Mungai, for that reminder. So any other issue before we go to the photo banks? We could have raised maybe a question that maybe someone has a question. I can see some of them being posted on the chat, and they're being replied by the time for library orientation. That has been noted, it will be passed over. I think the others were replied to. So there's only that one by Naftali Meshwa. I will give the time for September 4th library orientation. So that will be provided. Any other question?
Yes, maybe should I ask, is there a deadline for registration? And if so, because of the monetary constraints that I've anticipated to experience, since Nancy said that the minimum fee that one can pay is 30,000 shillings. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, okay, go ahead, Prof. Yes.
Let me give a guideline. Normally, pre-COVID, the maximum time people were given were 5 weeks since reporting to clear the fees, because there are many things which are tied up with the fees. But you heard what Nancy said, the 30,000 and what it will elaborate. So what I would like to urge you is, we understand everybody is in this situation, all Kenyans. That's perfectly understandable. But try the best you can. I told you, under normal circumstances, it was up to by the 5th week, because there are many services associated with the, the payment of fees. I don't know whether that is, helpful. Narune, are you the one who asked?
Yes, I was the one that was asking about the deadline of registration. So is the 5 weeks still applicable?
No, registration is almost immediate. You had it from Nancy. You have to be a student of the University of Nairobi. Yeah, but keep in touch with Nancy, our administration.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Brian. So I hope you noted that. You can get in touch with the administrator for that. And yes, can you provide, are you able to provide the document of the orientation program on our email? Now is not with us. Was that shared, Professor Mungai?
Correct.
Our orientation program shared the student email.
Which, the one for WMI?
This is TK who is asking, are you able to provide the orientation program on our email?
We have it, and I think you have it as well.
Yes.
And you can send it to them.
Okay, so
I can take, for instance, the library is which date?
Okay.
4th?
It's on 4th September. So what we can do is that I'll ask Nancy to maybe send the documents.
Yes, but okay, I can give the answer immediately.
Yes.
The library orientation is between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Yes.
Okay.
On Friday. We will share that document with everybody.
Okay, so. Yeah. Now, Wafula, because of the nature of our interdisciplinary program, you're asking whether it's possible to do it by research only. It's very important that our students go through the coursework for the 2 semesters. And this is to ensure that all of us are able to come to the same level of understanding of the nature of interdisciplinary issues that affect the environment, that affect the society. And so there's no provision for PhD basis alone, or what is called PhD by research work. You need the coursework for 1 year. And this for the benefit of understanding the interdisciplinary nature of issues that affect society. Any other question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Mungai.
I would like to know the breakdown down of the fees. Maybe for semester 1, we would like to know the much you are supposed to pay, because from what we have, it shows for the whole year, not per semester.
I think that's possible to be shared, and if it's not being shared, I'm sure that should be possible. And I've taken note of that, so that should be possible to be shared.
Yeah, we will share that with you, the breakdown.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other question? We don't want to block anyone.
Question?
Yes. Yes, go again.
Yeah, question from
Yeah, maybe yeah. Go ahead,
question
go
from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a quick one to Professor Mungai. He was talking about some 3 scholarships. One of them is the University of Nairobi scholarships that is highly reserved for last year's graduates. What are the other 2 scholarships, kindly?
No, what I said is that normally we get 3 scholarships from graduate school at around this time for M.Sc. And the conditions are that 1, you graduated in 2019, and number 2, you are from the University of Nairobi. I said so far we have received 2 applications, and if I'm not sure how many scholarships you have get, but the maximum would be 3. So if we get 3, if you assume you are going to get 3, I was urging those of you who might have met the criteria and did not apply, because I know 2 people have applied. And what we do, if there are more people than the scholarships, we go by merit. Have I answered you, Gilbert Mutai?
Yes, it was Brian. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I have some questions.
Yes.
I have 3 questions. The first one is, what about, do you have a scholarship for PhD students who are not from University of Nairobi?
No. But you could be lucky if we have a project, like Dr. Denya led a 5-year project called STAKE. And he was able to provide both masters and a PhD to people within and even outside Wangari Maathai Institute, because we needed to address certain things. So the answer is no at the moment.
No, at the moment. Thank you. The second question. I saw the timetable. Having classes from Tuesday to Saturday at the evenings. That's from 5:30 to around 8 in the evening.
I'm talking to the principal.
Okay, so thank you. Go ahead. Yes.
Will I continue? Will I continue?
Go ahead. Continue.
The timetable I saw after doing my registration was a timetable for Tuesday to Saturday from 5 p.m.
Yes.
Is there flexibility of not having classes on Saturdays, for example, Friday evening?
The way the timetable had been structured, take into consideration the other activities that the faculty members engaged in at the university. So there might be a little flexibility, but not too much, because then the the timetable is made at the central administration, and so the flexibility might not be that high. Is there a specific issue?
That is an issue on a Friday evening, and maybe Saturday evening.
No, Saturday, the class is held during the day.
During the day?
Yes.
Because personally, I might not make it on Saturday as a person.
Is there something you want to discuss on the plenary? Is that something you want to discuss with the office?
Maybe I'll discuss the office later.
Okay, so thank you.
Third question.
Are you SDA?
Yes.
I understand.
You understand them.
We will talk.
We'll talk. Thank you. Third question. Maybe either I will know the number of PhD students you have currently in this first year.
We don't know yet until you register.
I have registered. I'm part of the class by now.
Yes, some of you have registered and we understand.
Yes.
So I think, I'm not sure of the figure right now as we talk, but before I think we had 3 or 4.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm sure people are going to register.
Because you said we elect our president and such like.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. We can add the number, then we can mobilize each other.
I think let us see the effect of today's meeting by tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
If you get in touch with us with Nancy, she'll be able to tell you how many people have registered and even their contacts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Karume, yes, there's whatever the orientation program for today is, including the masters of the PhD, and maybe you could have come in late. So whatever we are discussing affect the PhD and the master's program, very, very much welcome. And you'll be able to catch up with the discussion, the orientation. We say that Nancy will share some emails on the rest of the orientation program at the university. So we would encourage you to join so that you can be able to catch up, but you're free to get in touch. I'm the PhD coordinator, and Lydian, my colleague, is the master's student, and we said, for your sake, we are going to form cohort WhatsApp group where people can be able to catch up with the information and be able to ask questions. So that will be coordinated, and don't worry how that will be done. Nancy will coordinate and make sure that people are included in the groups to be able to catch up. Any other question as we move to closing session? Good. I think silence means that we're okay for now, but our emails, our phones are open, and please feel very free to get in touch at any particular time. Very much welcome. And there could be many questions that could be landing in your mind. How do I get it done? How have other people done it? And when you're in a busy office, and how does network work always? So we'll help you to go through that particular journey. So with that, then I would like to request Dr. Bethy Kabambi. Bessie.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thenya. Thank you for taking us through a wonderful session. I would like to take this opportunity to give thanks to our director. He gave a wonderful, warm welcome to our students. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. I also would like to extend a vote of thanks to our deputy director. He elaborately gave us the way forward and what is expected of us and the dates to do so. Asante sana, Professor Mudhama. I also would want to give makofi ya kilo to our MC, our PhD coordinator, Dr. Thenya. You've done a wonderful job. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank every member of staff of WMI and faculty. Thank you for taking your time to be with us to welcome our students for 2020-2021 year. We truly appreciate your effort. We truly appreciate your time It is not in vain. We are internally grateful. Thank you very much for spending time with our students. And to the key people who have made us meet today, the students of the year 2020, 2021, asanteni sana, you're in the right institution, you made the right decision. We look forward to engaging, interacting with all of you. We appreciate the fact that you have taken time to be with us today. I want to say thank you to everyone for even earlier the work that has been done to have this day as a success as it is. So over to you, Dr. Thenya. Asante sana.
Thank you, Dr. Kathabi. And now I'd like to invite Phyllis Wamaitha to give us a closing prayer. Wamaitha.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric. Let's go ahead for the prayer. Father, come before you this day. Thank you for the meeting that we've been able to have, even as we start this semester. May you start off with us and may you also end with us. In Jesus' name, we do pray, trust, and believe. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Same to you.
Thank you very much, and we wish you a successful week. Asanteni sana.
Likewise.